friendos, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sasha. I eat things, I go places, I do things. Unfortunately, I mean going places and my doing things are pretty limited thanks to quarantine. We're still here. It's great. It's fine. It's for the better. Anyway, things are slowly starting to open up, but we're playing it cool to see what happens. And that could be scary for someone who doesn't have their pantry stocked, but that is not a problem if you subscribe to Zenpop. Zenpop is unpaid. This is not sponsored. I just really freaking love ramen. Zenpop's a subscription box of ramen. Duh, spoiled it for you. But every month has a theme. Now I think this box is 2 months ago's theme because it A, takes forever to ship from Osaka, B, quarantine and postal services are really wonky right now, and C, our boxes are weird. At one point, one got confiscated by customs, so yeah, we don't have that box. So now my brain doesn't work on like which box is which. But this box appears to be, that's a ad. This box appears to be themed. I ripped it, no, it's fine, I can still read it. It's April's box. Okay, so it's not actually that too far behind. It's much as well as me neither. It's from April. It's the Fresh Flavors pack. So very exciting. It looks like it comes with 3 shoyu ramen, an udon, a soba, a miso ramen, and a yakisoba. I know what you're saying, Sasha. Everyone does Zenpop unboxing. It's just a box of ramen. What's exciting about it? I'll tell you. I'm going to actually give you a ranking on each of these ramens as I eat them. So this video is gonna take forever to make. Today is May 14th, in case you need that reference. Point of reference for you, this is what we're living. This is our life now. Every day feels like the same. There was a good period of today where I thought it was Friday and I got real excited, and it is not Friday, so it's fine. So cool, let's look at the ramen we have and we'll cut away to me trying them and ranking them in between each one. It's gonna be nifty. I'm gonna rank them into 3 categories. We're gonna do, well, I guess 4 technically, the nudes, the sauce, the toppings, the packaging, and the overall rating, which is 5 and not 4. It's fine. Okay, so it looks like our first one is the Hachioji Shoyu Ramen. We got a big ha right there. It's gonna be really good. Shoyu typically means like salty, soy saucy flavor. I'm into it. It includes lots of onions as toppings. Let's take it away, future Sasha. What do you think? Oh, hey past Sasha. Yeah, I'm like busy. I'm editing today, but that's great because I had this super easy noodles to eat for dinner. Look how big this bowl of ramen is. It is the size of my head. Packaging, purple. It's cool. It's got the symbol for big on it. So you gotta love it. Toppings, pretty traditional. Some scallions, some etc. I don't know, I'm into it. There was a separate oil packet, which gives it some additional fattiness, which is awesome. Let's give these noodles a taste. Seems like our standard fare of curly stringy boys. Well suited to the broth, which is, like I said, a little bit fatty, very salty. Oh, that's phenomenal. This is so good. So I would say topping 7, broth 9, noodles 8, packaging 8. Give us some math, please. Our second ramen is this guy. He's the Shoyu Kaidashi Chuka Soba, which is exciting. I like any of them that have this little like meat round. I know that's really gross, but I think these are fascinating. And this dude bro is my favorite. Information about this guy. So soba is a buckwheat noodle. It's Chinese style, so we'll figure out what this means. It's got some kai flavor, which means shellfish. So future Sasha, what do you think about this?
Hey past Sasha, it's future Sasha here having some breakfast ramen. Breakfast isn't just for lunch. We're having the soba noodle one, and I have to give the packaging an automatic 10 because there is a cat on it. Toppings are great. Let's cut to the toppings. They look phenomenal. There's a little fake ham boy. Maybe it's a little pork cutlet imitation. Some topping, looks like a memna, and some scallions, so I'm into that. Let's do a noodle taste test. Looks like your standard noodle. You know, the noodles themselves are good, but they don't really cling to the broth, which is weird. Or the broth doesn't cling to it, rather. Let's do a broth taste. This is really good. I expected this to be seafood, it is not. I wonder what I did wrong. I mean, there's a hint of a seafood taste to it, but I would say broth 8, noodle 6, toppings 8, packaging 10. Do the math, please.
Guys, I am so stoked about the packaging on this one. Oh my goodness, look at this man. He has feelings. He is a businessman. He is, what do you call them? Just businessmen, right? Salaryman, that's what you call him. I love him already. So he's a Kansai style kombu dashi udon. Udon is something I didn't think I liked, but I've been recently really been getting into it. The toppings on this bad boy look really great. This boy, is that woody or mushroom? Maybe it's a seaweed. I'm into it. Some little radishes and or fish cakes. I'll let you know when I talk to future Sasha. Hey past Sasha, how are you doing? Today we're trying the Salaryman ramen, which I'm very excited about. Apologize for looking like a foot today. It is pajama day, cause quarantine knows no bounds. But let's take a look at the ramen. This is the ramen. It doesn't look super exciting just looking at it, but it had a separate topping. And by the way, it's not ramen, it's udon. I'm losing my mind. But it had a separate packet for dry stuff and for soup. So that is always a good sign. That means there's gonna be a very delicious soup. Very excited to try this. Packaging. I'm gonna give it 10 stars because the Salaryman on the lid, oh, he's in the trash can now. He's not on the package. Because the Salaryman on the lid was very fun. I loved it. Toppings. Gonna give it a solid 9 because it had a soup packet and a dried packet, and they're really doing the seaweed theme. Noodles. Udon is weird for me, but itadakimasu. Oh, that's such a good chew. They're like papery, thick noodles. That sounds really gross, but I love it. They're just like super nice. They're thick boys, really cling to the soup. So the soup's a little bit lighter, and it needs like that hearty noodle to like really give it the dish. Let's do a broth test. Yeah, it's actually pretty light and refreshing. I'm super into it. It's not like thick and creamy, it's no tonkotsu, but I like it. I would say broth is the weakest part, so we'll give it an 8. So we got 8, 8. Toppings were a 9, packaging a 10. Math, Sasha, can you average that? We'll just put it here, thank you. All right, let's eat. This guy contains one of my favorite ingredients, ginger. The soup looks really good. I like these little tiny ones for like a little lunch situation. Typically add some seaweed and some egg to it and it's really good, but we'll see what future Sasha does with it. Take it away, future Sasha. Hey, past Sasha, you're looking really good. Anyway, let's crack into this ginger ramen. From a packaging perspective, it's kind of luxurious, don't you feel? Like the red makes it feel very nice. You've got the ginger displayed quite prominently here at the top. Overall, I'm very impressed with the packaging. I would give it, you know, maybe a 6. Still not very exciting, but you know, great. It smells very gingery. As far as toppings go, you can see ginger pieces. There's a few little scallion pieces and what looks like memna or bamboo shoots. So I don't want to knock it too far down on the toppings perspective because it is a ginger ramen and like, you don't need toppings for that. Ginger is the star here. So I'll give it a 7 on toppings. I think they matched what they should have done with the cup. So very impressed there. Let us give the noodles a try. Got curly noodles, very similar to the noodles we had yesterday. Not thick, not necessarily bright or anything like that, but These are a little bit softer than the ones yesterday. The cook time here is 4 minutes for this cup, which isn't a bad thing. I think the noodle suits the broth, so I'll still give it a 7. And let's give that broth a try as well. I think the broth is like chickeny and gingery. Neither one is too overwhelming. It's a really balanced ramen. So I'll give the broth an 8. Math, Sasha, can you put some numbers here, please? For the overall score, thank you so much. This boy is a Niku soba. If I know my Japanese, Niku means meat and soba means noodles. So that's gonna be great. It looks meaty, actually. I'm actually pretty impressed. Any good tidbits? It's a little bit sweet, it says. Future Sasha, is that true?
Oh, what do you want?
Tell me about the ramen.
You mean this ramen?
I do.
What do you want to know about it?
How do you feel about the package?
The package is super cute. A little Niku. Yeah, I think the package is real nice. It really, the color, the orange, really lends to the whole like meat theme that they're going for here.
1 through 10.
On the package?
Yeah.
1 through 10? I'd give it a solid 8.
Okay.
Yeah, solid 8.
Sample
like,
those noodles.
I'm going out of the park on it.
Oh, let's see what it looks like. Jam dumps his ramen into bowls.
I'm sorry, I dumped it into a bowl.
So I don't see too many toppings. How do you feel about that?
I dumped it in upside down, so I think most of the toppings are underneath.
Okay.
But I'm having trouble finding them. So, yeah, probably not the best.
Taste them nudes. How do you feel about that?
They're kind of chewy. It's kind of just like stringy noodles.
They look like buckwheat noodles. Do they taste any different?
They do taste a little different. They don't taste like
Flour noodles?
They're not flour noodles.
Interesting. Now rate that broth.
The broth, ooh. The broth I would give a 9.
Okay. What about the noodles?
The noodles I would give like a 7.
Okay. And maybe a 5 for the toppings because they are gone now.
Yeah, look, there's the topping. Look, a little Niku boy.
Thanks for playing. Here's the average score.
We're getting towards the end, guys. Thank you for bearing with me. Our next bowl is this bad boy. He's the Natsukashi no miso ramen. Also love miso. When our power went out, we had a really unfortunate situation where our miso potentially went bad. We're not trying to get food poisoning, not trying to go to any hospitals right now. So we threw it out and I haven't been able to replace it yet. So yeah, hi, focus. Focus on me. I need attention or I will die. That's not true. Yes, it is. Future Sasha, how do you feel about this ramen? Actually, I'm just present, Sasha. You were gonna eat a bowl of ramen tonight. You just didn't know it yet. So, surprise. We're gonna start off with the miso ramen, so this boy. And from a smells perspective, picking up a lot of miso, some garlic and some ginger. So the toppings, let's see if we can get you a good view. So the toppings seem to include some corn and some scallions and I think ginger. That's what, it's a big smell. The big smell that I'm getting is the ginger. So we're gonna rate it. Sauce noodles, the packaging, let's rate the packaging. It's orange, it's very retro. I'm not mad at it. Is it exciting? Not really. The noodles are your standard curly boys, as I like to call them. Pretty thin, springy. Let's see. They're good. The 3-minute mark is perfect. There's still a bite to them. They soak up the flavor really well. I'm not saying it's like clinging to the broth or anything, but it's pretty good. The soup, it's mellow. It's not as strong of a miso taste as I would have preferred. I love miso though, that's a personal thing. So if you like a lighter miso, this is gonna be great for you. For the toppings, corn, cool, cabbage, cool, ginger, onions, cool. Nothing substantial, but we're not here for vegetables and we're having ramen. So it's fine. I'm not super impressed, but I'm not upset about it. So packaging, I'd say a 5, you know, pretty plain. Toppings, I'd say a 5, pretty standard. Noodles I'm gonna give them a solid 8 because I enjoy them, and the broth I'm gonna give a solid 7 because I think it's something that everyone will like. So overall, that averages 2. I don't know, tell us math, Sasha. Last but not least, the coolest thing about the Zen Pop box is it always gives you a yakisoba, which is so cool. The flavors have been wild. I've had the Pringle style yakisoba. I've had wasabi, double wasabi yakisoba. I've done a mayo one. That was crazy and delicious, and it made me feel a little bit guilty about eating that much mayonnaise. But this one appears to be a yuzu. So it says Yuzuko Chicken Shiomaze Soba. Very excited about this boy. These always tend to be a little bit higher in calories, but so worth it. I think because maybe they're fried. But yes. So apparently Yuzuko is the name of this spice boy here. And apparently he works like Tabasco, but he's more citrusy. So very interested in that. Gonna see how that tastes. Future Sasha, tell me a little bit more. Whoa, Pat Sasha, you are not ready for how smoky and peppery these noodles smell. It smells amazing. It's like lime plus salsa, like a salsa verde. I'm actually pretty excited to try it. It doesn't have a broth, so we'll be rating it based on its seasoning, salt. Toppings, great. There's a bunch of cabbage and meat chunks, chicken specifically, so that's great. And the noodles, pretty standard for yakisoba. I'm into it. Packaging, it's green, gotta love that. Let's try these nudes and at the same time, the sauce. That has like a really nice flavor. A very gentle burn at the end. It's like spicy, but not hot. You know what I mean? This is a good dish. This makes my belly happy. Noodles, great for the sauce. I'm gonna say 7 because they're standard. Sauce, out of this world, 10. I'm gonna put that there. Can you do the math? Did I give you a rating on the packaging? 8, it's green. Toppings, 9. Well suited to the ramen. Math, thank you. All right guys, thank you so much for chilling with me as I try and show off all of these ramens. This subscription is one of the highlights of my whole month. So yeah, I really like it. Sponsor me, Zen Pop, ? If you like this video, give it a like. And if you would like to see more videos like that, leave me a comment below. If you know a ramen I should try, please tell me that. That's way more important. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, and I will see you guys next time. The next box, I'll see you guys in later times. The future. Future Sasha? Bye. Gotta back you up. If I back it up, is it fat enough?